Most semifinal appearances of any school in the Big Ten tournament. Of course, it's being played at the United Center this year. They're home, away from home. We have former Illinois great Deon Thomas with us, Spencer Tollackson, who is the radio voice of Minnesota, and of course played for the Gophers as well, and Jimmy hanging around. Jimmy won't abandon me. Yeah. Deon, let's start with you.
Right?
Yeah, that's not a bad gig. Right.
He's got it.
Deon, let's start with you and this Illinois team. I know you still follow them closely. What have you seen from the Illini under John Gross as this program has evolved here over the last few years?
You know, I think Coach Gross has done a wonderful job since he's been there. I know the results at times don't show that, but I think what he's done when he took over is brought in and changed the mindset of those guys. They go out, they fight every single night for him. You see guys diving on the floor. You see guys having fun. And that's the same energy that I think Coach Gross brings every single day that he's out there. And I think his players really emulate what he's doing.
Well, speaking about players, we go back to '89, came out of high school together. You're competitive by nature. Nana Egwu breaks your shot blocking record. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I know you're happy for him, but come on.
He's still the all-time leading scorer, right?
He
still has that. Right.
I'll say this. Nana is a great guy, great kid. He's worked his butt off to get it, Jimmy, but it took 20 years. It took 20 years. But if anyone was going to break that record, I'd rather it be him, because he goes out, he plays hard, he gives his heart every single night. That's what we did when we were playing. And he's kind of a throwback guy, I believe, a little bit, that goes out there and gets it done and works his butt off every night for Coach Gross.
Spencer, you've had a great seat for every team in the Big Ten this year. You've seen everyone sitting courtside calling the Gophers games. If not Wisconsin, if they don't win it, who do you think will?
The Big Ten tournament?
Yes.
I think Purdue can make a run. They come at you with A.J. Hammond, 7 foot, and then they bring Isaac Haas off the bench. Tremendous size, athleticism. Octius at the guard position. Look, when you're talking about March, anybody that has, or any team that has good guard play, I think can make a run in any tournament. I like Purdue. Obviously, Maryland, they're probably everybody's number 2 choice, if you will. Be careful and watch out for Iowa. They're on, a 6-game winning streak now. They can really fill it up. A streaky team offensively. When they get it going offensively and they're able to hit those shots, they're a dangerous, dangerous team.
And speaking of just teams in general, you get the front seat with Minnesota, with Coach Pitino.
Yeah.
What's the biggest change you see with Pitino behind the helm right now, kind of the direction that the program is headed?
Yeah, so it's interesting now. That answer would have been different last year as opposed to this year. Now we're in year 2 of this coaching regime. I think the biggest thing that I've seen in terms of difference from the previous regime to this one is his ability to relate to players and just how prepped these guys are. They are so dialed in, as you guys see all the time, going to team practices and shoot-arounds, just the due diligence they put in the time away from the court and being able to implement those processes on the floor in practice, prepping guys, whether it's under out of bounds plays, the opposition. I think Dan McHale and the coaching staff talked about playing Michigan State and Tom Izzo. They had to prep for 84 set plays. Now, everything has a different counter to it, but 84 set plays, to be able to put in that much work and be able to prep guys, I think that means a lot.
Deon, of course, you played at such a great time in the Big Ten. How have you seen Big Ten basketball in particular evolve since your days at Illinois?
Well, I would like to say it hasn't changed much, but it has. It has. I think it's gotten a little bit more lot more athletic than when we were playing.
Present company excluded,
exactly.
Right? You guys were pretty athletic.
And then I believe that, the shooters, there's just so many shooters, whereas we had a lot of drivers. Not everybody could shoot the ball like Jimmy, or Vashawn Leonard or those guys that we played against. But I think there's a lot more shooters that are playing today. How often did you see a Michigan State team shoot the ball like that when we were playing? They had big Mike Popowski that was laying wood on us, and outside of Steve Smith, there was no real shooter like they have on those teams now, or like some of the other teams. But I think the athleticism is probably the biggest thing that has changed. And it's made a lot of those games a lot more fun to watch, because we were around banging and beating each other up. These guys are flying up and down the court.
Spencer, you've seen a lot of games. We talk a lot about Wisconsin and the run they can make.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit of what you think about Maryland.
Maryland's good. Obviously, I alluded to it earlier. When you have good guards, you look at UConn last year, 8 or a 9 seed. The guard play that they have, making a run, winning the whole thing. Des Wells, Melo Trimble, they're very well coached. Maryland very good. in the front court, but they have some size up front in the back court as well. Their ability to penetrate, create for others, they can get to the rim and finish. They have those spot-up, knockdown three-point shooters. They're playing their best basketball. You can make an argument as of late. Des Wells, just a beast. They've lost 5 games this year. People feel 5 games Maryland has lost. It'll be interesting to see how they fare on a neutral court. Obviously, as all the NCAA tournament games are played in neutral court, but definitely a team to watch out for as well.
A couple of big men from a couple of different eras of Big Ten basketball joining us here. Spencer Tollackson, Deon Thomas.